You're listening to the Shalom Sports Podcast with Jack and Gerald. Here's your host, Jack Myers and Gerald Hoover.
Greetings, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of the Shalom Sports Podcast with Jack and Gerald. I'm one of the hosts, Gerald Hoover, joined here by Jack Myers.
Yep. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you here too, Jack. How you been?
Tired.
I was going to say,
yeah.
it doesn't surprise me. All the basketball games you've been playing, practices, and doesn't look like it's going to let up either.
Yeah, because we got a tournament this weekend.
I heard about that.
So
we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
I remember we haven't played in that Lidditz tournament for a couple years, but I have fond memories of when my Mrs. Hoover coached in that when she coached middle school girls, and my daughter's playing down there. It's always an exciting time. But I think they're doing a little different format this year, which is having all boys on one day and then girls on another day.
Oh, okay.
When we played, it was boys and girls together, not playing each other, but at the same time.
Yeah.
So it was a fun day. So we're looking forward to that coming up. So just like in the past, we will kind of review what's happened since our last sports podcast just last Friday, and a lot has happened since then, and then give you a preview of what's coming up here in the next week as far as the basketball teams here at Shalom Christian Academy. So we thank you for joining us, and we're going to go ahead and get started here with the middle school girls. Alan Moore doing an outstanding job with the young ladies, 12-1 on the season, Jack, undefeated in league play and on a 9-game winning streak. Boy, doesn't get much better than that, does it?
Wow.
That's great. So congratulations there to our girls on a great season so far, and we look forward to you guys finishing strong here in the next couple weeks. So since our last podcast, Jack, the girls have played 3 games, so tell us what happened there.
So on Friday, the 26th, they beat Faith Christian Academy 38-4. 12 of the 13 girls scored, led by Chloe Gearhart and Claire Moore with 6 points each. Mm-hmm. And then they beat the Frederick Warriors 33-12. Harper Adams had 8 points. The team went 6 for 7 from the foul line, and Quinn Staley had 7 points.
I think that was Harper that went 6 for 7 from the foul line, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a great win there on Flames Frenzy Day this past Saturday. And then they had one other game so far this week, Jack.
They just beat CVCS 32-26. Probably the best competition they've had.
Yeah, it was a close game.
Yeah, Harper Adams had 11 points, Claire Moore with 6, and Quinn Staley with 5.
Yeah, that game would have been a lot closer. CVCS struggling from the foul line.
Yeah.
I think 1 for 14 or 1 for 15.
Wow.
So, a couple more of those foul shots. Losing by 6.
They would have won the game if they would have
shot 50% from the line. That's a much different game there. So
1 for 15. Wow.
Good win for the Flames, and we got CVCS coming up again next week. But we have a couple games before that. Jack, tell the audience what our middle school girls are going to be doing here in the next couple days.
So tonight they play Heritage Academy at 4 away, and then tomorrow they play Grace Academy away, and then Thursday they play CVCS away.
Yeah, so February 1st tonight down at Heritage. Heritage is 5-3 in league play. Shalom beat them last time 36-6. And then tomorrow night, Grace Academy, who's around 500 in the league, but Grace is always a tough place to play.
Yeah.
So our girls need to be ready for that game tomorrow night.
Grace and Heritage are really, really tough to play in.
Yeah, and
environment.
we're playing. And back-to-back nights for our teams here tonight and tomorrow. So looking forward to seeing what happens in those games with our girls, and quickly coming up on the end of the season here. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later in the show. But now we're going to flip over to your team, Jack, the middle school boys team, and you guys are tearing it up as well. 17-2 overall, 7-1 in the MDCC first place.
Are we first place? Did Broadfording lose?
They did lose.
2.
Yeah,
they lost.
They lost.
Wow.
I think New Life beat them, if I remember right.
Their big guy must have been out.
Well, you never know, but yeah.
New Life.
Yeah. So I saw they had 2 losses, so that puts you guys in first place.
Wow.
So. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, but yeah, you guys need to win out so you
can. Well, now
we
don't have any more home games. If we win out, and that means we would have the number 1 seed.
Until you get a first round bye, until you wouldn't have any more. Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
But so last night was your last home game.
Yeah.
Maybe. You never know. You still got to win out though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, since our last podcast, Jack, you guys played a couple times. So tell the audience what happened in those games.
So Friday the 26th, we beat Faith Christian Academy 41-15. Corbin had 10 points. I had 8 points, and Isaac Mummert had 6 rebounds. And then we played on Saturday at Flames Frenzy. Frederick Warriors, we beat them 55-27. It was our best game of the year so far. We were really clicking on all cylinders. And Corbin had 25 points, and Trey had 10 points. And then the CVCS game, Trey had 11 points, Brody 7, and Corbin had 5 assists. So just need to see this. This is.
Yeah, I didn't get it last night's game on there, but you guys beat St. Joseph's last night, right?
Yeah, it was 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday night. You beat St. Joseph, so I forgot to add that on here. But you guys
Yeah,
are
Brody
playing.
had 20 points.
Did he have 20
Yeah,
points
he
in
had
that game?
6 threes.
Oh, man, 6 threes?
Yeah.
He is playing like R.J. Davis, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're pulling that up here. New Life beat Broadfording to give them their second loss on the season in the league. So
crazy.
Game changer, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys playing really well now, and excited to see how you guys close out the season. But you got a lot of games coming up this week,
I know.
starting tonight and then going all the way through next Thursday. And then, like you said, that Lidditz tournament on Saturday, so that could be 2 games, 3 games. I mean, it could be multiple games there.
Mr. Roseman said it's a possibility of 4.
Could potentially be 4 games. So that'll be a fun day for you guys.
That would be really fun.
Yeah. So let's tell the audience. So starting tonight, where are you guys at?
Heritage Academy. We were playing at Heritage Academy. All these games are away.
Yeah.
Then Grace Academy tomorrow. The Lidditz tournament on Saturday. New Life on Tuesday, and Thursday we play CVCS.
Yeah, so lots of games, but all on the road. A couple weeks ago, we were talking about all the games, and most of them were going to be at home. So now it's kind of flip-flop, where you guys are traveling on the road. So that'll be fun for you guys, and look forward to seeing how you guys close out the season as well. So you're listening to the Shalom Sports Podcast with Jack and Juro, and we're here giving a wrap-up of the basketball season here for the teams, both middle school and varsity teams, recap of what's happened in the last week, as well as talking about what's coming up here in the next couple games for the team. So just finished up middle school. We're going to turn over to varsity now, beginning with the varsity girls, led by Coach Lehman in his second year coaching the varsity girls. They're having a great season as well, Jack. 14-5, 8-1 in conference play.
Yeah, they're playing really well.
Yeah, and on an 8-game winning streak too. So they're playing some of their basketball this season right now, which is fun to watch. And they've had 4 games since last podcast.
Yeah.
So Jack, what happened in those games?
So Friday, they beat Faith Christian Academy 57-16. Maya Lehman and Emily Reebok both had 13 points, and Addison Adams had 9 points. And then on senior night, Chloe Martin did amazing versus the Frederick Warriors.
Oh, she did
26 points, including like a white line buzzer beater.
At the end of the third quarter, that was pretty phenomenal to
so
get the crowd excited.
Yeah, so it was 54-24, and she had 26 points. Chloe Martin, Maya had 10 points, and Addison Adams had 9 points.
And so shout out to the seniors, 5 seniors on this team: J.C. Keller, Chloe Martin, Madison Moretti, Adria Ream, and Joanna Ream. So we were able to honor them that night. All 5 got to get to start that night, which was pretty cool on senior night.
So then Monday they beat CVCS 60-25. Addison Adams had 21 points. Maya had 13, and Chloe Martin had 9. And then Tuesday, 2 days ago, they beat Calvary Christian 60-32. Addison Adams had 20 points. Chloe Martin 11 points, and Emily Reebok with 8.
Yeah, so Addison Adams back-to-back 20-point plus games for the varsity girls. So she's starting to hit her stride as well in this season, and that's exciting to see, and that's just going to make them all the more tougher if she's scoring crazy points like that. And so our varsity girls have 3 games coming up here in the next week, all away, Jack. So tell the audience where they're going to be.
So Heritage does not have a varsity girls team, but tomorrow they play Grace Academy at 6:45, and then they play at New Life 5:15 the Tuesday, and then Thursday they play at CVCS.
Yeah, some exciting league games coming up for the Flames, and they're kind of hitting the peak of their season as well, and look forward to see them out on the floor at those locations here in the next couple of days. So in our JV boys now, they've been having a great season. They've had 3 games since our last podcast. So, Jack, what happened in those games?
They beat Faith Christian Academy 50-9. They lost to Frederick Warriors 43-48. On Monday, they beat CVCS 41-26.
Yeah, so 2 out of 3 in their last 3, or 2 out of the 3 wins in the last 3 games for the Flames. As a tough loss there to the Frederick Warriors, losing by 5, 43-48. But Coach Wenger's got his boys playing well, and a number of those JV boys see some varsity action as well, which is kind of nice to see. So our JV boys, they have a lot of games coming up as well here in the next week.
Mm-hmm.
They got 4 games actually, Jack, coming up. So tell the audience who they're going to be playing and where.
So Thursday we play Heritage Academy actually today.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow Grace Academy, and then Monday home versus Greenwood
Mm-hmm.
High School. I'm not sure if I can make it to those games,
Uh-oh.
but I'll ask my dad.
There you go. I
Yeah.
hope you can make it out.
Yeah, and then we play at CVCS at 5:45 on Thursday. So
Yeah,
next
so varsity boys, or I'm sorry, JV boys hitting the road here for 3 out of their next 4 games, and looking forward to that home game on Monday versus Greenwood High School, a team we played at Greenwood last year. This year they're traveling down here to Shalom on Monday, February 5th. I think it's the JV boys and varsity boys only that night, so that should be a fun home games for the teams. And yeah, we're hoping if you can't make it out, you can always watch our home games on the Shalom streaming channel on YouTube at Shalom, or you can contact us as well if you have a question for us and want to ask us a question,
yeah.
or maybe just a comment. You can email us at shalomstreaming@shalomca.com, and we'd be happy to answer your question. So our last but certainly not least team that we are going to highlight today are varsity boys, led by Coach Danley Shank. They're having a wonderful season as well, 14-5 overall, 7-1 in the MDCC, on a 9-game winning streak. And
Wow, just like the varsity girls.
yeah, both varsity teams playing really well right now. So 4 games that varsity boys won here in the last week. Jack, tell us what happened.
Okay, so on Friday they beat Faith Christian Academy 70-27, and then they beat the Frederick Warriors 71-47, and then Monday they beat CVCS 55-38. We got Noah Dunk in all 3 of those games, I think.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Noah. Well, we weren't sure about the Faith game,
yeah,
right? But,
yeah, I'm not sure about that
yeah,
one.
Frederick Warriors and CVCS. Noah throwing it down.
Yeah, and then
He's been high-rising lately, which has been very exciting for our fans.
and then 2 days ago they beat Calvary Christian 62-44. So exciting.
Yeah, so on that 9-game winning streak are the varsity boys. They got a tough one starting tonight here down at Heritage Academy. So it's going to be a showdown for battle for first place in the MDCC as our varsity boys take on Heritage Academy tonight at 7:15. And they might not be listening today, Jack, but today is February 1st. We're already in February, which is kind of crazy. And Shalom boys there with a tough start here to February, traveling to Heritage Academy, and then tomorrow night going down to Grace. Grace is 5-3 in the league. We beat them last time 72-59, but Grace Academy, that's always a tough place to play.
Yeah, I know.
So our boys need to bring their best tomorrow night against the Knights of Grace Academy, and they play, like I said, Friday, February 2nd at 8 o'clock. And then they got 2 games next week. Jack, tell us who they're playing next week.
So Monday they play Greenwood High School at 7 o'clock at home. And then Thursday they play at CVCS at 8 o'clock. So.
Yeah, another game against CVCS here within a couple of days. But I think because of a postponement due to weather and that reschedule, it just happened that those games come up really close together. So that wraps up our summary and review here of what's happening in the basketball season here for the teams at Shalom Christian Academy. As we look ahead now, we got the MDCC playoffs coming up soon here, Jack, I believe in 2 weeks. Start the middle school championship week, and then the following week, so in 3 weeks, we'll have our varsity championships. So on Tuesday, February 13th, quarterfinal games hosted by the higher seeds in the middle school divisions, and then the semifinals and championships will be Friday and Saturday, February 16th and 17th. And those middle school championships will be at Grace Academy. And then the following week for the varsity teams, we have Tuesday, February 20th will be quarterfinals, and again, the higher seed hosts, so Shalom may have some home games that day. And then the semifinal championships and consolation games Friday and Saturday, February 23rd and 24th. And happy to announce those locations, Jack.
Yeah.
So this year for the semifinals and varsity championships, Shepherd University.
Shepherd University.
Sweet.
Wow.
We're going big time, Jack.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. Home floor of head coach of the varsity boys team, Dan Lee Shank, his alma mater. So he gets to go back. And
so he's probably going to have like the magic touch, destroy all the teams by 20.
that would be great, man.
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. So he may have some good feelings going back onto the court that he played his college ball on. So it's exciting that we will be able to watch those games at Shepherd University, the varsity semifinal and championship games, February 23rd and 24th. So like I mentioned earlier, Jack, if you guys out there have a question for us or a topic that you would like us to discuss, you can email us and we would be happy to answer that question for you. shalomstreaming@shalomca.com. That's the email address. Shoot us an email, shoot us a question, and we would be able to answer that on the air. So looking forward to that. So lots of basketball, Jack. We are in the heart of basketball season, and it's coming here to an end here pretty soon, but we're going to enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad, isn't it?
Sad, yeah.
Yeah, but it's been a lot of fun, and we've enjoyed doing this podcast, keeping you up to date on what's happening in the basketball world here at Shalom. And like I said, for those home games, check out the Shalom streaming YouTube channel. And you can watch those games live. You can go back and rewatch them.
We just got to 1,000 subscribers.
We did, yeah. Shout out to you guys smashing that like button, like Mr. Diller said the other night on I think he was helping with the varsity girls game. Smash the like button. You like that? Smash it. Yeah. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You have any final thoughts, Jack?
No, I think we said it all.
We said it all. So again, we look forward to being back here next week, giving you a wrap up. But in the meantime, check out Shalom Streaming's YouTube channel and watch those games online. And check it out, especially those dunks by Noah. They're pretty special. Have a good week, everybody.
Yep. See ya.
Thanks for listening to the Shalom Sports Podcast. If you enjoyed today's content, please hit the subscribe button. That will notify you of future content.